honestly, I see how he was doing. I see why he wanted to go the Kenny Pickett route. He's trying to hide this guy. He was trying to hide Tanner McKee, trying to keep him for as long as possible, hopefully get him under a second contract. Maybe they still can. Again, like I said, he's under contract next year, but I think at this point, NFL teams are going to look. I mean, they got to, right? Howie be making them look pretty dumb, but they can't be this dumb. What is up, guys? It is your host, Lumia, and I am excited. Eagles football is back. Well, let's say halfway back. Can't call it all the way until that guy Jalen Hurts gets on the field. But a great start for the Eagles. At least the Eagles offense. Eagles defense, some questions. But in fairness, you're going up against Joe Burrow. So, not the easiest thing to do. But on offense, obviously the story of the day, Tanner McKee. He was out there throwing lasers, throwing dots. For Eagles fans who've been watching the preseason, this is nothing new. McKee went out there 20 for 25 passing, 250 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, a rushing touchdown, a little tush-push action, a little tush-push John. So that was great to see for the Eagles offense. I mean, McKee's crazy. He's just a crazy player. His anticipation, his arm strength, his accuracy. He's tall, so he kind of sees over it, and he's able to throw at that downhill angle. The only thing that I thought about, honestly, when watching this game was how long we have him under contract. And I saw we have him under contract next year as well. He is the type of player who I think can start in this league for sure. I think he's a starting quarterback. Most people don't remember this. Howie Roseman, a couple years ago, when he drafted Jalen Hurts, one thing he said was he wanted to start a QB factory. McKee, I mean, you can't argue and say he's not one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league right now. This is why we were clamoring to have him in instead of Kenny Pickett. And honestly, I see how he was doing. I see why he wanted to go the Kenny Pickett route. He's trying to hide this guy. He was trying to hide Tanner McKee, trying to keep him for as long as possible, hopefully get him under a second contract. Maybe they still can. Again, like I said, he's under contract next year, but I think at this point, NFL teams are going to look. I mean, they got to, right? Howie be making them look pretty dumb, but they can't be this dumb, and they got to give this guy a contract, which Howie, maybe we trade him next year when he's expiring, try to get some value for him. But Tanner McKee is tough. He can play. On the other side, Joe Burrow, he went off as well. 9 for 10 passing, 108, 2 touchdowns. Obviously, I mean, he's playing out there with Jamar Chase against the backups, none of the starting quarterbacks, no Quinyon, no Cooper, none of those guys. No Carter as well. So not really the defense we're going to see, and Burrow just carved us up. One thing that was worrying was Ringo. He got beat on a spin to the outside in a big touchdown, but Chase kind of does that to anybody all the time. So I can't fully blame him, but Ringo has not looked good at camp. That's why they went out and got Jacorian Bennett to try to replace him, and Bennett didn't play either. But not the worst thing in the world for the defense to do that. Now, one thing I did like as well from the Eagles running back, Will Shipley, I think it's time. I think it's time to start getting Shipley some more runs, man. He had that huge run in the game. I really like Will Shipley. He was an explosive player back in Texas. He was making things happen. We stole him late in the draft. We didn't really use him that much last year. We didn't need to. Obviously, when you have Saquon breaking off big runs and Kenny Gainwell doing his thing. But I think this year it's time to get him some more run. Johnny Wilson, 3 catches, 73 yards for Wilson. Another guy, second-year player. He was just catching things over the top. He's 6'6", huge guy, big body, and McKee knew how to find him. And Darius Cooper, man. Cooper looked crazy. Him and McKee have been playing together again for 2 preseasons as well. But Cooper, 6 catches, 82 yards for him, and a touchdown. And, I mean, obviously the story, like I said, McKee going out there, making it happen, doing his thing. Very solidified at that position. I like the fact that he's there way more than Pickett or Mariota from the years before. And we saw all those guys kind of play. Hurts can get dinged up with just his style for a couple games. So the fact that now you have Tanner McKee in there, and he's just tough, man. I love this guy. Nice start, nice preseason, and go